Peppa Pig and a toy train station. One sunny morning, Peppa and George opened a big box and found a miniature toy train set. Wow, a toy train station! Peppa exclaimed. Can we set it up, Mummy? George asked excitedly. Of course, let's have some fun, Mummy Pig said with a smile. Peppa and George worked together, carefully setting up the track, station, and little train. This will be the best train ride ever. Peppa said. George placed the train on the track and it started moving around. Choo-choo, they both shouted. Peppa hopped on the toy train and said, next stop, Dinosaur Land. She and George giggled as the train chopped around the tracks. Choo-choo, the train sounded. They pretended to be conductors calling out, all aboard! Peppa and George decided to have a mini adventure. They set up little obstacles for the train to pass through. We need to cross the river, Peppa said, placing a toy bridge. Watch out for the toy tunnel. George added. The train chugged on, going over the bridge and through the tunnel. Just then, the toy train came to a stop. Oh no, the train is stuck, Peppa exclaimed. The train had gotten stuck in a pretend mountain made of cushions. Don't worry, we can fix it, said George. They worked together to clear the track and get the train moving again. After fixing the track, Peppa and George invited their friends over to take a ride on the train. All aboard the Peppa Pig Express! Peppa called Susie Sheep, Danny Dog, and Rebecca Rabbit hopped on, and the train went on a grand tour of the living room. Choo-choo! They all cheered together. As the day went on, Peppa and her friends came up with new ideas for the train's adventures. They made pretend towns and stations and had a race around the room. Peppa's train went around the track, picking up passengers and stopping at every station for a new story. As the sun set, Peppa and George decided to decorate their toy train station with lights. It looks like a real train station now, Peppa said happily. Let's go on one more adventure. George added. The train chugged along and they all went on one last ride before bedtime. That night, Peppa and George snuggled into bed, both still smiling. Today was the best train adventure, Peppa whispered. Maybe tomorrow we can have a real train ride, George said sleepily. Next time we'll go to Dinosaur Land, Peppa giggled as they both drifted off to sleep. The end.